Hello, I'm Shea. Sorry for the beautiful look today. I actually just got back in from walking and I never seem to have a chance to do this video. I think I might be procrastinating just a little bit because I feel a little dorky. But I think this is a good thing. I have a Facebook page that has done really well, and I think I can really help and relate to a lot of women that are overweight and struggling with that. So I will just tell you a little bit about my story. I'm 42 and I've been married for 23 years. I've got a 21-year-old son, well, he'll be 21 on Saturday, and a 19-year-old daughter. In 2012, I found myself 253 pounds. I'm 5'2", on high blood pressure medicine, Ambien. I was taking prescription sleeping pills, and then I was also on, or my doctor thought that I could possibly have sleep apnea. So I was yard selling with my mother and my husband one day, and I had ran into the grocery store to get a bottle of water, and I felt like I was in a Star Wars movie, like everything was like tunneled and lights. And I went back out in the car and I felt like my head just hurt so bad, and then I wasn't making any sense. Like I was trying to text somebody and I didn't realize it until later, but what I texted her was a complete jumbled mess. So I thought that I'd had like a stroke or a mini stroke, and it scared me to death. Didn't scare me enough to go to the doctor, didn't scare me enough to make any changes. And so it took 2 more of those episodes for me to actually go to the doctor. The doctor told me that he thought they were migraines. I have never in all my life had a migraine, so I had no idea what was even going on. Anyway, it scared me because I didn't quite trust that it was actually a migraine. I still was pretty sure that I was having a mini stroke. So I started in October of 2012, I changed my diet. Not good. I ate healthy choice meals. So I would have 2 packages of instant oatmeal for breakfast. I would have a healthy choice meal for lunch, a healthy choice meal for dinner, and nothing else. So it wasn't a good change, but I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I needed to lose weight was my biggest goal at that point. So then in November, the first Monday in November of 2012, I went to our local YMCA. I was terrified. I went by myself. I stuck my earphones in as soon as I got out of my car. I just looked down. I didn't make eye contact with anybody. I walked straight into the cardio room and hopped on the treadmill. I started out doing 30 minutes a day, twice a day. And then within a few weeks, I started doing weights. And that was, I really enjoyed that. And then after about a month of me going to the gym twice a day, Monday through Friday, and then once on Saturdays, my husband started coming with me. And so after that, it took just a couple more weeks, I would say, and I graduated to the elliptical, which I had been terrified of. I'm never going to be one of those people that can get on the elliptical. I can't do it. Everybody that's on there is skinny. I'm gonna be sweaty and look horrible, and people are gonna make fun of me. But I did it, and I actually had gotten to where I was doing it for an hour twice a day, so an hour in the morning and an hour at night, and then I was also doing weights. So, and I did that for a while, and then my husband suggested that we take a spin class. Loved the spin class. So we actually kind of alternated there for a little bit between the weight room or the cardio room and the spinning classes. And then eventually we completely gave up the cardio room and just took spinning classes. And I ended up doing 2-a-days again. I was on a mission, and I have a little bit of an addictive personality. So when I do something, I kind of do it full force, and there's no medium ground for me. So I was taking the 5:15 a.m. spin class and the 6 p.m. spin class, and I was also doing weights. At this point, I started adding in some yoga, which I found I really, really, really like yoga. And then, anyway, so I'll bypass all that. My eating was still not great. I did eventually, over the course of many, many months, I did eventually stop eating the healthy choice meals and started making my own healthier meals and healthier choices. It just took me a little bit to get there because I didn't know. So in July of 2013, I had lost 80 pounds, 79 pounds. I was 174. I was able to shop for the first time, not in the fat section. I remember the day I went into American Eagle, and I bought a pair of shorts in there. It's a kid's store. I mean, like a teenager store. So I was feeling pretty good about that. And I had to buy the biggest size they had, but I could still wear it, and I didn't have to buy plus sizes anymore. So in July, we went over to the Oregon coast on vacation, and I had actually, prior to that, I had found a deep love for running, and I was in the process of training for a marathon, and it was my goal to do it by the time I was 40. Or 40, 41, I don't know. Anyway, I was running on the beach and I hurt my knee. It locked up on me, and I continued on. It locked up on me within the first quarter of a mile, and I continued to run for 3 3/4 more miles. I did a total of 4 that day. By the time I got back to our beach house, I could not hardly walk, and we ended up having to buy a brace to put on it. When I got home, I kind of waited a little bit to see if it would get better, and then I finally went to the doctor. I had torn my meniscus, and I have patellar tendonitis. So I don't have health insurance, and so I could not afford surgery, and so I started doing some stretches and some strengthening, restorative stuff at home. Here we are 3 years later, and it still gives me problems. But anyway, so I did okay. I mean, I was still maintaining my running. I was definitely not trying to run a marathon anymore. That was out of the question. But I was running regularly, and I was still spinning. And in February of 2015, my little happy life kind of took a tumble. My oldest son moved out, which was rough, more than I expected. So he moved out, and that kind of caused some issues, an issue that I won't share. Sorry, but there was an issue. And then I found out that someone I love very much has stage 4 cancer. My parents, my mom and my stepdad moved away, which I'm 42. I've never lived away from my mom hardly at all. But they moved away, and then we had some issues with our daughter. Again, I won't share that. Anyway, so me being the fat kid that I am, the way I deal with stress and anger and frustration and pain is by eating. And I don't just have a double cheeseburger. I'll hide candy. Like, I'll go to the store and I'll buy candy, stick it under, in a dresser somewhere, so nobody sees me eat it. And I did that, and I would tell myself, you need to get back on track. Here it is Tuesday. It's too late. Start fresh on Monday. So between Tuesday and Monday, I would eat everything. because I was going to go on a diet, so I needed to make sure that, you know, I had everything so I didn't fail. So, yeah, so that all happened, and that was my 2015. 2016 has been significantly better. We, our daughter moved out. We did manage to survive that. You know, where everything is kind of leveled out and mellowed out. But me, being a food addict and a eater of everything in sight, I eat my emotions, made me gain every drop of my weight back, plus some. So I have been thinking a lot lately about how I want my life to be and what I want out of my life. And I've decided that now is the time, that I am not getting any younger. I was put back on my blood pressure medicine in December. I went into the doctor. So when I was taken, I forgot to mention this, I was taken off of my blood pressure medicine at one point. And my doctor told me that 1% of people that are put on high blood pressure medicine are ever able to get off of it. So, and then I quit taking the sleeping pills, and that was a very super awesome, significant moment for me, because I absolutely hate pills of any kind. So anyway, so that was pretty exciting. And then I started feeling kind of weird in December, and I went into the doctor, and I had, my blood pressure was 220 over 120. So they made me sit there to make sure I wasn't having a heart attack, let me calm down for a few minutes. I was really upset when I went in there. Anyway, and yeah, it did go down just a little bit, but not enough to escape being put on medication. So I am now currently back on my blood pressure medicine. I do not sleep well. I've always kind of had issues with sleeping. I think the blood pressure medicine makes it worse. This time I've opted not to take the sleeping pills. I'll just be tired. I didn't like how they made me feel. I think they're addictive, and I don't want to be that girl. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I started last week, and I was 259 pounds on Friday. So I plan on weighing in every Friday, and I'll actually take you with me, and I'll do the scale so you can see it. Today I'm doing this off of my phone because my son used my camera and my camera was dead, and I was in the mood to make the video. So, and then I would also like to go through my daily, what I do. This morning I went on a 3-mile walk, and then this evening, well, I went on a little bit of a walk, and then I rode we've got a gym downstairs, which I'll show you later, but I rode our spin bike for a little bit. I need to not do all the walking. It bugs my knee, so I need to kind of do some cross training there. But I'll log all of that for you guys, and then I'll also do like what I've eaten that day, as soon as I get the hang of all the editing and stuff. Hopefully I get the hang of it, but so that's my plan. I'm just gonna take you with me, and like I said, I've got a Facebook page. It's called Running for Life, and you are welcome to follow that as well. I do post some stuff on there, as well as funny pictures. Well, I think they're funny. So anyway, so that's it, and I realize this is short, but I don't really know what else to say. So I will see you all hopefully tomorrow.